back to the rescue.
While we're waiting, does anybody want to ask some questions about? We'll take the questions in the middle instead of in the middle. We'll you know, improvise here. Come on, questions. This is going to be too hot. Take questions now. There's one back here. Go ahead.
In your building, when they're inhabited, have you seen anything that really surprises you the way people use buildings or live in them or
You should open them when we get
I visit all my buildings, and I don't have any children, so my buildings are my children, so I go back not just once, probably once every 3 years at least. And I'm very excited about the ideas. For example, my first building of any size in Fukuoka was this notion of hinge space, and that people used that and defended that as functional, whereas when we were trying to make the project, the developer said that's very dysfunctional. People won't like that. They won't like to use that. So the fact that that people use that. And another case in MIT, in the dormitory, I go back and I'm totally amazed at how much junk people put in their rooms. It's incredible how much stuff they can hang in there, like guitars hanging from the ceiling, and you know, and yeah, and then other places they have different opinions. So I think it's a charge to go back and look at your work and see how people are using it. It's very important to do that. And that's it. So you know this story. I think we're not going to talk about this building because you know these points. The basic building went into a kind of tailspin in August, where there was casting too much shadow on the adjacent sites, and we just took the sun diagram that required 2 hours of sunlight on these adjacent houses and sliced the building according to the sun, and that's what gives it its shape. It's sliced. And then the porosity and getting up into the plaza is very important. We're getting in from all sides. I think there's like 6 different ways to go into this plaza. And from the sort of commercial retail section to, I said the building's a little too big to have one scale. So let's throw in a micro-urban scale. Let's throw buildings inside of buildings. Like carve out a big hole and put a building, like say 3 buildings in there. So there's 3. One's a provincial history museum. One's a technology, Marty Switz calls it the knot. And one is a Dufu pavilion by Ai Weiwei. So there's 3. This is a public loop. There's 3 different architectures within the architecture. So there's Levius Woods. He's got a $1.9 million budget. Levius Woods has never built something so big. He's very excited. And there's Ai Weiwei, the artist doing the Dufu pavilion because he knows about poetry, and there's the provincialist. So, and here's where Tommy says, there is a violent shift here. Stop. This is, by the way, this is my office right there on the 11th floor. And this site is in big controversy. And I want to save the High Line. My thing about this neighborhood is I believe we should save the whole thing. So I'm working in every way I can to save the whole High Line. So I agreed to be part of this project for the Hudson Yards, which was 5 developers proposing. And I told Gary Barnett of XII, I said, look, I don't need to have like 20 architects. We've got 3 weeks or something, or 4 weeks to design this. Let's just let us do it. Then, you know, it's a long story. But the method to my madness is I wanted to maximize the green space and do something that was against the rules, like not build a platform over the rail yard. So it's a very difficult project because they're trying to build too many square feet and they're trying to platform over the rail yard. So Well, we said, don't build a platform over the rail yard. Instead, do a kind of suspension cable and suspend the park like a valley with a natural water, all this runoff, and the water would make a tributary to the Hudson River and make this park, it was the largest park of the 5 schemes by a factor of like 5 acres. I think there was something as low as 5.5 acres. Ours was 19 acres of green space. So, by the way, no architect will get to do this. This is a kind of whole political problem in New York. And so there shows the planning department's green space and our green space, which is significantly larger. And then we said the New York City plan by Mayor Bloomberg should be fulfilled in this project. It should be all geothermally heated and cooled. Why not? You have a chance. You're building 12 million square feet. Ours is only 11. And do it well. You can sink geothermal in the bottom of the Hudson River and do this whole heating and cooling this whole complex. So that was all